networking, referrals, strategies for success, and real-life stories from professionals who are building a business based on relationship marketing. Welcome to the Caerusnet Podcast. Here, you'll learn how to stay connected in the local business community and become that person others get to know, like, and trust, and refer to. And now, your host, Caerusnet founder, Steven Zyskowski.
Well, I wanna tell you all the places we can go.
Hi everyone, Steve Zyskowski here. I'm the founder of Caerusnet. I also facilitate actively 6 Caerusnet teams in Brighton, Ann Arbor, and Canton. And today is a solo Caerusnet podcast. This is the first time I've done an episode of the Caerusnet podcast solo. And of course, I'll be getting back to having guests at our next episode. But I really wanted to talk today about the importance of being ready for something that's inevitable and something that happens in the business cycle in this country. It's called a recession. And I've been doing Caerusnet now for 16 years. And during that time, Caerusnet was born from the Great Recession. So back in 2008, we were reeling from the financial collapse of Wall Street, the mortgage collapse, foreclosure crisis. It was a very borderline depression/recession. It was challenging. Any business that was out there that built their business based on the numbers game, sending out postcards, doing internet funnels, doing whatever lead generation activities they were doing, really struggled during that time. But businesses that had relationships with other businesses that really built reciprocal relationships with other businesses in the community, as well as with their own customers, fared much better during the recession. A lot of businesses don't grow during a recession. During a recession, they're cutting costs. They're trying to figure out how to survive. And if your business is a business that really is not expressing its value, you're at risk of being a business that has a very difficult time making it through a recession, possibly not making it at all. So you really need to evaluate the value that your business brings to the world, especially during a recession. So just a few things that I wanted to share is first and foremost, I do believe that it's especially at the local level, if you're a small business that counts on a strong reputation to drive referrals through your business, that relationships really are the cure for the recession, because teamwork always begins by building trust, and the only way to do that is to overcome our own need for vulnerability. I've had businesses that have failed, right? I mean, I've fallen down on my face several times in life, and it's those challenges that we really learn from the most. So at a Caerusnet meeting and on a Caerusnet team, we have a lot of people that can help us who have been through a lot in their life, depending on how long they've been in business. On the flip side of that, if you're a business that started really with, somewhere within the last 10 years, your business has been operating at a time in the economy when the stock market's done nothing but pretty much go up. Home values have done nothing but pretty much go up. But what we've seen over the last few years is inflation eating away at profits, inflation eating away at discretionary income. And we're also starting to see companies lay off their employees to try to right size and try to figure out how they can still be profitable during a recession or a possible upcoming recession. So I think evaluating our value and the value that we bring to the relationships with other professionals is extremely important. You have to be very intentional with your client relationships and the relationships with other people that you really favor, and be asking them all the time, hey, what challenges are you facing right now? How can I be helpful to you? How is your business doing? Could you use more referrals? Because it's the people that you're really able to help along during a recession that are really going to reciprocate back to you when you're somebody that's bringing them opportunities, especially when opportunities are hard to come by. Another thing that I want to ask this audience is, do you work with a coach? Do you and your business work with any sort of a coach to help you? We all have blind spots, many of them, and blind spots are very challenging because you don't know that they're there until you've run something off the road or encroached into a lane that you shouldn't have been in. So helping a coach help you see your blind spots, but also to help you strategize, to help you be accountable, to help you to be somebody that is instrumental in your success. If you don't have a coach that you're working with, we have some of the best coaches in Caerusnet. So I would definitely Google on the Caerusnet website, use the search engine coach if you don't have one on your team, and figure out who's out there that offers really good information to help you grow and develop your business. Because I think that those that have coaches absolutely do better than those that don't. And hey, I understand we're all looking at our bottom line. We're all trying to figure out in our business, what's in the checking account that's actually ours. And yet by the same token too, you could be white knuckling it. You could be doing a hodgepodge of a lot of different things that are taking your time away from selling more, taking your time away from finding more clients. So I would highly encourage you to see who's out there in the coaching world that can help you. And if you need a suggestion or recommendation for me, please just hit me up and I'll be glad to help. Another thing that I'll offer too is a referral strategy session. These are 15 minutes long and they're idea generating sessions, and I can help you in your referral strategies at Caerusnet be more successful in this environment. Final things that I'll mention too is that we have a lot of different professionals on our Caerusnet teams, and turn to them, see which ones can put you on maintenance plans. People hate losing during recessions more than anything else. If opportunities are harder to come by and your air conditioning, your heater goes out at home, that's going to be a much more difficult repair or replacement to deal with, versus if you have somebody on your Caerusnet team that owns a heating and cooling company that does maintenance contracts. So a couple times a year for a few $100s, they tune up all your equipment and do all the preventative maintenance to be sure you don't have that $6,000 furnace replacement bill. So, find out on your Caerusnet teams, who are the businesses that offer maintenance plans that can also save you money, can also help you make more money. Really leverage the people on your Caerusnet team to try to help you be a more successful business in terms of your outflow, and then also too, any businesses in Caerusnet that help you streamline. There are many businesses that help you will streamline your communications with your clients, your text messages, your emails. Again, anything you can do to make it so you can spend more time with people, more time with clients and prospecting. If you're hiding behind doing administrative stuff, you're not really bringing out your full value in your business. So enough on that. A couple other things that I wanted to share too are a couple charts. So this chart was introduced to me by a good friend, Denise Robert, called the emotional cycle of change. And again, my biggest concern right now is the number of new businesses that have started over the last 10 years that have really only experienced a great economy, and things will change. Things will get more difficult. You can put money down on that. And being highly emotionally intelligent, I think, is extremely important during the stressful times that happen during recessions. And the emotional cycle of change, is anytime you start something new or do something, you're doing it generally because you're excited about that opportunity. When you started your business, you were excited about that. You were optimistic about that, right? And to some degree, because you hadn't started a business before, your optimism was uninformed, right? And once you start facing challenges, you don't sign up the number of clients you're expecting to. or other challenges are arriving at this business that you're starting, you start experiencing what's called informed pessimism. You had uninformed optimism. Now you've got informed pessimism. You've got evidence that things aren't working the way that you felt. And that information now has you feeling a little pessimistic. Did I start the right kind of business? Do I actually have value that I'm bringing to the marketplace? And when you start putting yourself through those mental ringers, you fall into stage 3, which is the valley of despair. Again, stage 1, uninformed optimism; 2, informed pessimism; stage 3 is that valley of despair, right? We're emotional creatures. And that valley of despair is a pivotal time for us. That's a time where we either retreat and just quit and do something else and just kind of go, well, I guess this wasn't meant to be. What else is out there I can do? But ultimately, that creates a repeating cycle of things that you've had to quit and not follow through to. What does get us through to the next level emotionally and for our business is once we start figuring out what's working, collecting feedback from our clients, collecting feedback from people on our Caerusnet teams. How can I do better? Getting a coach, doing those things that you need to do so you can start getting some informed optimism. Hey, that worked. That's how I need to do it. I'm on a track now. And then finally, you're at stage 5, getting that fulfillment and success. So, we each experience the emotional cycle of change. That's part of the human experience, especially if we're people that are trying to push ourselves and grow and try new things, be exposed to new things. But see if you can see yourself in this cycle and identify where you're at. And with that being said as well, too, on all 5 of my 6 of my Caerusnet teams, I've made a commitment this year to be sure that I'm really helping my Caerusnet members operate in the highest zones of success. A lot of times businesses, once they start getting some success, it's natural for human beings to be a little lazy, and we fall into a comfort zone. And a lot of reasons why people fall into comfort zones is because, there's a sense of safety and control there. But it also unfortunately leads to stagnation in your business, boredom, and obviously it's not a place that's enriching if you're just living in the comfort zone. And what keeps us in the comfort zone too is when we try to break through it and expose ourselves to new things. Again, there's that emotional cycle of change. There's also the fear zone, right? Where we don't actually, once we've tried some things and they didn't work, but we've got some things that did work, so we're going to stay in that comfort zone. It's fear that keeps us from growing, right? And when we're in the fear zone, we're focusing on our problems and obstacles. We procrastinate. You know the things you need to do, but you procrastinate them. You make excuses. Our confidence level falls. You don't want to be in the comfort zone or the fear zone. The best places to operate your business are in the learning and growth zones. It's in the learning zones that we start seeing more opportunities for our business. We start becoming better problem solvers. Most importantly, we're acquiring new skills. Everybody comes into Caerusnet because they want referrals. But what they need is to develop a skill set to drive those referrals, right? So you've got to acquire new skills and implement those skills and try them, practice them, get good at them, so you can then get to that next zone where also great things happen. That's the growth zone. The growth zone is where you're seeing a higher purpose in your business. Your goals now are more ambitious, right? You're not in that comfort zone of goals. Hey, I want to do like what I did last year. Now you're like, I want to grow my business 200%. You've got a clear vision for your business. And that's extremely important. So again, I can't highly encourage you enough the importance to seek out a coach, the importance to seek out the advice of Caerusnet members that maybe are further along than you, and to keep yourself vulnerable, keep yourself at a level of humility where you're humbly confident in your business. Like, you know what you can do, but you don't know everything. And if people can help you see what you can't see, that is a huge deal. So again, the other thing that I'll mention too is Caerusnet. We're here to support you. We're here to support your growth. We're facilitated referral teams. And me as a facilitator on my team, I want to see my members successful. So again, I offer individual strategy sessions. So if you're a Caerusnet member and you'd like to hit me up for a 15-minute strategy session, just use my Calendly link. It'll be in the drop-down chat here. on YouTube and Spotify, but also go to Caerusnet events this year. You know, we're all on a Caerusnet team, but we're all part of the big Michigan Caerusnet team. There are over 20 Caerusnet teams, and you'll see many of these people at Caerusnet events. Referraltopia we do in March and October every year. That's an online networking mixer, and you'll meet with local Caerusnet businesses in Michigan, as well as other businesses that count on referrals, and that's all done online. You don't even need to leave your office, unless, of course, you want to go to the Afterglow and connect with people in person later that day. The Caerusnet Breakfast is on July 17th this year. This is well over 100 Caerusnet businesses and guests will be there, probably a lot more than that. And that's also a great networking opportunity to meet new businesses, reconnect with members on your team. And we also do a golf outing. Wendy Caverly's done an outstanding job with that, and that's on September 20th this year. So thanks for letting me spend some time with you one-to-one today on the Caerusnet podcast. I hope you'll never question our intentions to want to see you successful and support you in your referral endeavors.